What is going on, traders? All right, so I'm gonna make this one about it's a system that I just created to kind of play off of, very similar to my seasonal Fibonacci. If you check out my first video, really my best work for sure. This is a very close second, if not, I mean, you could consider it better, um, just because it is such a ridiculously big time frames, right? So we're here on the yearly chart, 12-month. Each candle is 1 year, and I'm using ninths. So the thought process behind this is, each candle is one rotation of the Earth, or one orbit of the Earth around the Sun. And thinking about orbits, we've got ninths. Now, I went with ninths because it's very key with geometry, with 360 degrees, with a circle, which you could consider an orbit. It's, of course, not a perfect orbit or perfect circle, but it really stems back to ninths, right? 360 degrees. We've got the vortex math in there of 3 plus 6 plus 0 is 9. Everything resorts back to 9 with that vortex math. So I'm counting on the yearly chart. I'm counting out 9 bars from the all-time low, and we're going with an x-axis, or a price axis of thousands. So it'd be 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. We're just adding on a 0 and to 9 bars, and we're using ninths, right? Are the ratios. Easy way to get that is just go in your calculator. 1 divided by 9, 111. 2 divided by 9, etc., etc. Right? You can see I've got all of them here just to do different back testing and try to do different things. So you will need to create 2 different ones here on TradingView anyways. But I do like how TradingView has added the higher time frames now that are available, where it really just is perfect for these overlay systems. It lets us create that overlay for well into the future, right? So, and you can see I've laid a second one beside it. I didn't use the all-time low price, which is 15 cents. Not much of a difference when we're into the thousands. That 15 cents isn't even really noticeable. So I've just laid it from 0 and continuing onward. Just right off the bat, though, if Ethereum were to recover here, basic targets would be just kind of riding something like this to the upside. But if you've seen my first bit of work there with my seasonal Fibonacci system, how price rides the harmonic, makes rides that note, that key angle of the Fibonacci sequence, or the Fibonacci ratios, laid to the seasons, as it is has been very good all through here. We've got the same thing going on now. So the seasonal Fibonacci, that's great. That's not really what we're looking for with the yearly system. It's a little bit different, where we're going for to find, and let me drop a little bit lower here. Here's a perfect example of it here on the 3-month chart, where you can see the time cycles pretty much bang on point, where we've got some really nice just change of direction off the time cycles. The levels are holding well as well, but the real kind of purpose of this system is to get involved in these channels here, right? So this channel that it creates to the upside is what has been just guiding us upwards there. We've since kind of fallen back into the previous channel here that's there, right? It's really just trying to and find the spot where price is going to be riding that open kind of channel, right? So, for example, right now is a little tricky as far as Ethereum goes, as it's coming into this kind of complex geometry as the two come together. But if we jump over to Bitcoin, a bit of a different story, where we've got a nice time cycle, and most markets follow Bitcoin, but we've got a nice time cycle shaping up here, And that would just kind of indicate, okay, well, if it is long, I would expect, if this time cycle is going to hold and drive us long, I would expect this channel right here to come into play, which conveniently enough is in line with the rest of my work here, right? So on the weekly chart, I've got some weekly and daily auto rally, like a weekly auto rally point, plus these harmonics here, right? Just these two bullish harmonics. The shape of the harmonic is good to indicate this long is valid. They look very harmonic pattern like. Whereas if we were to extend them lower here, they just wouldn't look as harmonic. They wouldn't look as more textbook like harmonic patterns do. But hoping for these, these harmonic targets, the base kind of first target of this larger harmonic pattern would be the 382. That would just drive us kind of straight up into the top side of this channel, where we would be coming in contact with that 382 ratio. Things are adding up. Not only that, but it's a weekly auto rally point, right? After creating an auto rally and a secondary test, which used the daily auto rally, we created that sign of weakness. We're expected to come right back to the auto rally after that, even in a downward trending market. If Bitcoin's going to go to zero, which I doubt seriously, we were still expecting this weekly auto rally to come in and for price to hold. So what I'm doing is just, and I have been building a long position since back in here, and I want to continue to build that until we get up here where I'll take some money off the table and recalibrate, maybe even try to find a nice short to get into possibly the bottom side of this channel, right? We're hoping to see this channel from the higher time frames really come into play. But not only that, I've still got my seasonal Fibonacci to consider. So on the daily chart, you can see that that would make a lot of sense. If this same note, the same harmonic just kind of rode to the upside, boom, where this one would also be moving to the upside, we've got channels within channels just creating themselves where something like that could take place, right? So it gives you confidence. You've got multiple different time frames all telling you that to buy at this point. We're at the bottom side of that bigger time frame channel. We're on a very nice drop, a very nice low coming in here right now. We've got a time cycle coming up to that we're about to engage, which is a couple days away for the time cycle there. But on the lower time frames, we're basically almost there now, right? Just a few more 4-hour candles and we'll be there. Possibly engage this level here. But yeah, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but it's just confluence with all of my systems telling me the same thing and giving me a good place to engage the market, right? But this was really about just showing the system that I've just created here on the yearly chart. I'm not sure what I really want to call it. Doesn't really matter. Just orbital ninths, I guess. Whatever. We'll go with orbital ninths, where we're laying out 9 bars and we're using zeros for a price, right? So 1, 10, 100, 1,000, and we're laying out 9 bars with the ninth ratios. Very simple, very straightforward, right? And extremely big targets where, as always, you want to be managing your risk from no lower than like the 15-minute chart. If your positions are so big that like just this little move here in the 15-minute chart is blowing you out of the water, you're not managing money properly. You really want to be able to, and the 15-minute is where I feel cocky and like I'm amazing. I'm the most amazing trader ever when I'm crushing on the 15-minute chart. But typically, the hourly chart is fine. The 4-hour chart, when you get some nice pullbacks and time of candles, right? This 4-hour chart has made a nice dip lower. Not a bad place to be getting involved. Even up here on this previous candle, dip lower. That's nice. You want to be able to have some wiggle room for things to happen, and then your risk is extremely managed. Even if you've got crazy 4-hour risk, which seems huge on the 4-hour, when you take that to the yearly chart, You can see it's just a little speck in there, isn't it? In the bigger picture, that is nothing. And your targets are up here, right? So do the math. Put the math on your side, and hopefully some of my systems here that I've shared on my channel here with this one and my previous one, and maybe some more to come in the future. We'll see. Can help you get that bigger time frame, higher time frame, yearly, decade kind of confidence in a direction, and help people, you know, create some successful trade plans for themselves. But anyways, I'll wrap this up here. Hope this was helpful. Hope everybody's doing well in the markets, doing well in life. Stay safe. Happy trading. Peace.